I'll take my break. All right. So many great characters in this game. Note to self, buy oil for that door. All right then. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of boss's chicken buckets. Did boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings, Stella! Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. A Bleeding Jane for Stella. I went to S because of Stella. Bleeding Jane. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, blended. What, really? Oh, did I put Adelaide instead of Bronson extract? Is that what I did? 1, 2, 3. Blended. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. And for the record, we've actually, to the newcomers in stream, we've actually recently learned that these cat ears that she has, they're not actually ears. They're extra appendages. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean, really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard of a new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how's it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricked many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any knight still stuck in their suit had to take their armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynching, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. They weren't, some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, every single piece of armor that's oddly worded. Every single piece of armor fetches a high price these days. Could anyone see profit? Could anyone see profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field, ripe with patent, just open for many. So I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There's one weird case, though. Him? There's this guy named Jack. He's a captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg core unit. Unique? Amethyst Reverie, thank you for the follow. The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including myself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded. Yeah, and this game is full of pride. I actually first got this game because it was listed as an LGBTQ game, which tracks because there's a lot of LGBTQ representation. Let's see. Heavily modded to the point where it looked like a squad of henshin heroes. Yep! Glitch City actually had Sentai heroes. And what? Ahem, they look really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He was one of the few, if not the only suits of armor he has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front and to make people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. Yeah, I can imagine. Not only is it a human rights violation, and like the collateral damage, it would cause, and the amount of people it would hurt. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. And keep in mind, this is a cyberpunk future. The whole thing is a dystopia. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just a front. He's just a front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. He makes a fool of himself, and the intention is to take away from whatever the Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what are you saying? So what you were saying is Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. I called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously, Ham, what? Ham. Can I get a Brantini here, please? Sure. Let's get her a Brantini. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1. Age mix. Here. Thanks. So I take it that you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets to the Kiraminki Encore concert. Nice. All right, as it turns out, she was just here. Again? I'm sorry. I love how she gets so excited with Hiramiki. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person is actually true? Amazing. I know, she even got me a ticket to the for the concert. She what? To twist some arms to get ticket for the encore concert. Not only did you get them free, the idol herself gave them to you? Do you have any idea how jealous I am right now? It'll be interesting. You're gonna enjoy the hell out of it, trust me. This will be my first live concert of her, but I'll see. I've seen every other concert of hers on video. They all have such a more magical aura to them. Everyone said they have to be seen to be believed. You really like her music, huh? It makes me happy. What can I say? I love listening to it when I'm feeling down. Hell, it even helped me when I was worried sick about Say at the bank. It made me forget all my worries. It even made me forget all my worries, even if for a while. Huh, I see. Say, Jill, you want to come to the concert with us? Us? I invited Say because I managed to get 2 tickets. You want to come with us? Yeah, of course you invited Say. I'd love to. I didn't want to go by myself, but are you okay with that? I don't want to be a burden. Of course, the more the merrier. Do you really believe me? Do you really believe me saying she was here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That's it. Can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'll be surprised how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I can get in the disabled line with Say on her wounds, Jesus. Although she'll probably nag me how she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't abuse that. Fair. Yeah, Say was a white knight. But the White Knights have been disbanded, so yeah, she's not anymore. Hey, hey, can you get me a classic drink? Classic, sure. Still want something classic now. Classic. Okay, there's beer, Bleeding Jane, frothy water. Let's see what the guide suggests. But I'm guessing beer or Bleeding Jane and work just fine. It is suggesting. I see. Sorry, I lost where I am now. Bleeding Jane. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Making sure it's right, all blended. Welcome back, Mira. You're lucky you missed the biggest asshole in the game. I hate that guy's guts. And I think that's the last we see of him, to which I say thank God. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even have a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Rare occasions of rich people being nice. That's to remind you this is fiction. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait, I just realized something's off about the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? Excuse me. I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented. That would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu has been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from, including especially my favorite character. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent and registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of inside one of the suits. So the ones that were upholding the law still did so using suits that are by all means illegal. The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. That doesn't relate to anything whatsoever. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of about at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. As always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma! No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? Okay, for those of you who are who weren't here when I told this story before, Alma here is straight, and the devs have said they made her straight in order to make her a tragic character. Because there's so much tension between her and Jill. It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stopped, then saying please and thanks stopped, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again and expect you to properly greet me this time. Oh yes, and Alma is my favorite character. I just adore this girl. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while pondering weak and weary. There were many quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. As someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." You overdid it. You totally overdid it. What the bartender? I did not. Jill's pretty great too, I'm not gonna lie. So, you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big Colvo Velvet. Sure. A big Colvo Velvet for Alma. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the rocks mix. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring a bell? Nice! I thought this was actually going to come later, but we get it now. Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet grade change, thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I'd been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world to into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources on the top of my head that all that stuff is archived. That have all that stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing that is? We've all been young. Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is. I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. Ooh, I'd like to see that, actually. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh God, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this? Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? Because she is definitely bi and just doesn't know it yet. I will take this statement to my grave. That snake wasn't supposed to be there. I was bored. That's why I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing. And so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used the search engine, you know. No, I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to that page? You do realize your main mail account to everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. Yes, flower for Alma. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys, and I almost accomplished that in middle school. It still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths all classmates will go to track you down, especially if they think if they think you're still the girl that kills them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69. Like the reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Joe, there's nobody that would read it as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Nice. Yes. Hey, Dodex, welcome to the stream. How have you been? Even at 12, I fucking knew that what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's wean things up. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. A sugar rush. Are they trendy now or something? Sugar rush. 1, 2, 2, 1. Almost blended it. My plan almost went out the window. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such that I've introduced to my family at all. Actually, I need to go for a quick bio break. Sorry, I was trying to wait for a bit, but I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Continue, Alma. The first one then was in high school. No, I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight, and me saying, keep the fucker. Good for you, girl. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it, anyways, yeah, sounds like that guy might not have been abusive. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married only half a year, after only half a year or so of knowing him. Oh, Jesus. Good for you for cutting all the toxic bullshit out of your life. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well, and we had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. Let's get her a beer. 1, 1, 2... 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question, and then we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed about that vlog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, I'm honoring our friendship. I'll just say this: they're real and they're spectacular. Now, ask the real question before I slap you. And let's not forget. She has modded arms. She has modded hands. It's going to be a hard slap. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation. Then I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping me because the real question is, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. First is that I spend lots of time typing. These replacements help avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer. It acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but there are small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? It took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly after my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice, so they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass for her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, sorry, it sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. And now you don't. Why? You just call me by my full name. Are you serious? You see what I mean about these two? One chance and only one chance. And you just used it up. Damn it. Surprise! Hey Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey! Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read that was quite interesting. It proposes the scenario where a nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and and then act as a collective hive mind and through residual brain waves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like the brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. This just makes her situation all the more curious. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy. I really want a game with Anna. Come on, we know the basics of her backstory, too. Come on, we want a full game. Well, I do. I want to know her story. And while we're at it, why don't we explore her relationship with Dorothy? That would be great. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idle girl left them like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am? Yeah, why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with eighth grade syndrome? Eighth grade what? She's calling you a chuny, Jill. When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect the legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... Ahem. No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, no, but it just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, it's considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh well, wait, what? Get your fuckboy. What? Hey, wait, what? I love how she left with that. Jeez, it's feeling really hot right now. Total earnings, 45,920. Drinks total, 3,490. Mistake, 0. Commission, 30%. Today's payment today's payment, 1,047. Tips, 1,250. Flawless bonus, 500. Who would have thought that we get a bona fide idol in the bar? 300. She's paying me for for an idol coming into the bar. Today's total transfer, 3,097. Total funds, 13,153. I feel like